Welcome back, folks, to Let's Play Ultima 9 Ascension, and when last we left off, we are still in the dungeon Turfin, though we don't have too much of it to go, and we recently got a key for this treasure hunter in exchange for a red power cube. And speaking of that power cube, we're going to be using it right now, right here, to get rid of this force field. But we're not going to be going into that obviously spider-laden area just yet, as there is something I have forgotten. Two things I've forgotten, in fact. First off, I've forgotten a power cube that I'm going to need in the near future. And secondly, I have forgotten the mana fountain. There's a fountain that we've already found, but there's also a mana fountain. And it's found in a way very similar to another secret that I stumbled across, and we have to go this way to find it. Also, these here, you can get stuck on them like I did just then, but they don't seem to trigger. I don't actually know what triggers them. Remember this area here, where I found that mimic? Note that there is a painting here that is askew. If I press this, you activate a not very dangerous trap. And down here is that mana fountain. If I just get rid of this and that and open this door, it's right here. Why the Guardian decided to place a mana fountain out of the way like this, I don't know. Maybe just in case he ran out of mana. Either way, we've got full mana now, but we haven't found that cube. And that is because the cube is up here. I managed to completely avoid it the first time round. If we go down here and... Ooh, there's an enemy here. Hello! Have at thee! That hints at a place I've not fully explored, and I'd be right there, because there is this yellow power cube that I just didn't pay any attention to. And so, we have what we need. And in here is this room that I briefly looked at and found nothing of interest in. So, let us now head back to the place where we just got rid of that force field. If you're wondering whether there's going to be an enemy in this dungeon that's going to cause me any problems that require all of the consumables I've got, the answer is no. There are only a few more Wormguard between us and the Guardian, and as you've seen, Wormguard really aren't that much of a threat. We want to go this way, and over to here, and now to forward progress, into a place where they really should do a little bit of spring cleaning. We need to get rid of that one. And there's somebody that got quite a ways into Turfin, but then perished, and there is this treasure chest that is locked. Okay, where is that key? The key is right there, but there is a spider there. Now, if I were to have at it with you and fall into the void, well, that's something. I was wondering if this would happen, and it has. Welcome to the void. It's infinite and dark, and there is no way that we can make our way back to where we were. So you know what that means? We need to load up and do that again, this time without falling into the void. Oh, game. I wondered if we'd find a way to sneak into the void somehow, and we did it. The Avatar truly is the Titan of Ether, managing to get to the true void. Fortunately, it won't take us that long to get back to this area and grab the power cube. Over here, I'm going to save before I go down that pit again. I think it was because we landed on the spider and thus were shifted over to the left. Well, I think it was actually to the right. Through the wall to the void. It's not every day that happens. Oh, the things that you can catalogue when you Let's Play. Just grab this, get a little bit of mana back, and then go and get that power cube. These are huge steps. I don't know who'd be able to actually climb those. Alright, have at thee you! Don't mind me, I'm just doing this again. because the void, and got. That the game doesn't give you a big announcement saying that you've picked up something significant is very curious, because they are very important. They are plot critical. You can't complete the game without these power cubes. By the way, we're nearly back to where we were. Just over here, past the statues of ominousness. Very ominous glow as well. And over to here. Lots of wrecked stuff. Really should tidy up, as I said. Right. We're back to here. We're going to destroy these. Or that one, rather. And then we're going to save, because we don't want a repeat of that. Okay. How about the with you? And there we go. This time, no falling into the void. Also, this time, we don't have any space for that key. So we're going to drop these rib cages here. Don't know why I held onto those for so long. And then we'll go check out what's in here. What makes fighting that spider and potentially falling to the void so worth it? A couple of very weak healing potions. Okay, we don't need those. We really don't need those. Let's keep going. Lots of spider webs here. Leading to an area that actually has worm guard. Do they have to go through those every single time they want to get to here? Oh, and there's a worm guard that is stuck in a way that they really shouldn't be. I'm not sure that's how standing works, but fair enough, you keep doing that. Grab these arrows, and I think we'll have at thee with you, starting with the one that is infeasibly stuck. Help me, please, I'm stuck, thank you. And you're gone as well. Marvellous. Anything in these barrels? The answer is nope. And we can't smash that, and I doubt that's going to do anything, but I'll try. Nope, did nothing. Sometimes they're just there for decoration. Also, we don't have enough room on our bar here for the shield. I'm actually going to change that. Does this do anything? Nope, does nothing. I think we've attracted the attention of someone. But who? Now there's a question. Anyone over here? There's you! I think it was you, and there are a few potions here, none of which we need. So let us go and solve one of the final puzzles in the game. We need to gain access to this room. This room is critically important, because it's where we're going to be putting our power cubes, and curiously there is already one in the red power cube slot. Or just in one of the slots, I don't think it matters which one you put where. And we have 3 others, but we need access to there. And to gain access to there, we need to go into here, this throne room / meeting room of sorts, and find this button. This final part is lodged into my memory because of how particular some of the things you need to do are. Just a shame I didn't remember about the power cube thing in that out-of-the-way area until later. Either way, it's not this way we need to go, but yep, this way. There's a switch in this statue's mouth that opens up here. No enemies in there, just a place to put these power cubes. And a very nice table. Okay, we have 3, and we'll put them here. Green one goes there, why not? Yellow one goes here. Does it? Nope, yellow one apparently just levitates here. Okay, blue one goes here? Yep, maybe there is a particular place for each of them. Oh, game. Imagine if I couldn't have picked that up. And there we go. Ooh. We have here a meteor. Let's, oh, we have to drag this somewhere. I think I know where I need to drag it. Over to here. Onto here? I think that's where it needs to go. Yep. And that gives us an unpolished ruby. And this area that we need, I think, to put it in. Or just a teleporter. Okay. Can I take this? I really want to take this. Nope. Can't take that. Okay. We need to do a bit of backtracking because that area that has just opened up, I do believe, is by the alchemy lab. So let's go back. I mean, we're not gonna miss it. It's quite distinct. This is also the point where we should really collect all of the... Is now really the appropriate time to whistle Avatar? I'm not sure it is. Either way, we should now grab all of the things that we need. Which means that maybe we should actually go to that other... Actually, no. We don't need to grab that thing because there's really, no threat that warrants us actually using all of these potions. Well, not quite, anyway. You'll see. And then the game crashed quite badly when I tried to go into the teleporter that led to the area where I thought we needed to go was. But that's not where we need to go, and the music has changed for some reason. But that's not going to stop us from confronting the Guardian by actually going this way, to the place where we found that painting. We need to go over to here, past this place which we opened with telekinesis, and to here. For this area is new. Let us open up the way to the place that we were shown when we moved that meteor and jump onto the teleporter. For the teleporter is going to bring us right to here. Does this look familiar? It should. This is the way we came to face the Guardian the first time. And there doesn't appear to be anyone here right now. There's that magical mirror. There's the throne where the Guardian should be sat. And here is a gate of black rock. We can't examine it, but it's there. Now what we need to do is what the Codex of Ultimate Wisdom told us to do, which is place down all of the sigils. Good thing we brought them all with us. Here's the first one. Makes a magical sound and glows. Doesn't matter how centrally we place them, just as long as they are there. So there is the Ankh of Spirituality. Then we're going to place down the Tear of Sacrifice. Might as well keep this bag open. You'll notice they're making a circle around this area. That's not where that should go. Okay, that one is going to be a little bit finicky. That's fine. We'll leave that one till last. There is the chalice. Next, we are going to place down the quill. Or not. Oh, game. And then the Avatar failed to place down the sigils of virtue, and Britannia was doomed. There we go. Just had to get a little bit closer. Maybe that's what we need to do for this scroll here. Let's try it. There we go. Got it. Now we will put down the Heart of Compassion. Then the Dagger of Valor. And then we're going to save before we do this one, because this truly is the point of no return. Let us put down this. This is the Crook of Humility. Magic! And you'll note that the note that was left by Samhain is still there. Just left there. The Guardian did not care for it. It's just there. Can we take that? Can we read that? No, we actually can't. Either way.
Magus, speak now the magic words of life.
We must now create the barrier of life, and to do this we must type Sanct Vaz, Grav, In, Marnie, and Corp. And the sigils create the barrier of life. By the way, someone's a bit annoyed about this. Very annoyed.
What have you done?
I brought you here to finish you off, Guardian.
You still haven't learned, have you? Anything that you do to me happens to you as well. You and I are one. We're connected. The only difference is that you are weak and you care. I will dominate because I don't care. All of Britannia and anything else that I choose will be mine to use and destroy as I see fit.
We'll see about that. Right, we are going to drop a couple of things. This, that, and this. Because we need to do some things. You see these, black gate fragments? We're going to take these. We need all 3 of them. The Guardian seems very uninterested in fighting me. I think the Guardian should actually be firing lightning bolts at us, but you're not. That works. Let's put this one here, shall we? Meanwhile, in the rest of Britannia, there's Dupre. That is the rune of virtue. And there's another one. There's Jana. Look what's happening with these columns.
Right now, even as we speak, your columns are being cleansed. They're being turned so they nurture the virtues rather than corrupt them.
That means nothing. Your friends are too late. This is all too late. It is impossible to defeat me now.
Using those will actually restore Britannia so that it is pre-cataclysm. Also, we're not done. Placing the second one down. Oh look! The moons have actually missed each other and returned back to where they're meant to be.
Too late, you say? The moons didn't collide. Their orbits are no longer decaying. Face it, Guardian. Everything that you set in motion, we have reversed.
No! That's impossible. Your friends have only temporarily forestalled their fate. Once you are mine, my power will be limitless and I will destroy this world.
So you say. By the way,
Magus,
nah.
speak the magic words of Armageddon.
The only time that this spell is actually useful for something is at the very end of the saga. And surprisingly, the Guardian is quite happy to just let us take our time in typing this out. What are you doing? I'm about to end everything, Guardian. Why? You'll see. I really should be attacking you right now, but you're not. And that's your folly. Vas, Cal, and Marnie in Corp her Tim. Didn't think those would be my final words. Actually, technically these are. Darn it. And that'll do it. And with that, we are done with Ultima 9 Ascension, and you can actually hear the tears in my eyes because despite everything, that was actually quite an emotional ending. Also, awesome techno music! Because that's what you think of when you think of Ultima 9! With that, the Guardian is defeated! The Guardian and the Avatar become one being again, and, as is the namesake of the game, we ascend to another place and become something else. There is now an Ankh constellation in the sky, and everything is right with Britannia. So, Ultima 9! What can I say about Ultima 9? Now that I've been through the whole thing, is it a good Ultima game? No, it is not. Is it a victim of being exceptionally rushed? Yes it is. There are so many things that are wrong with this game, so many things in lore that this game contradicts, and so many things that are changed with seemingly no reason or logic. The voice acting is also something else, and many are the voice lines that have become quite memorable in how ridiculous they are. But is it as bad as people think it is? No, it is not. And if you play the game, you can see the glimmers of what this game could have been. There is a huge amount of information about what the plot of this game originally was going to be, and it would have been a lot better than the plot we have here, but even with what we have here, which is actually what the game is, doesn't matter what the other plot could have been, this is what the game is. Even with that, there is still loads of things that you can find that hint at the brilliance that this game does have. The music is fantastic. Some of the world building is really good, and some of the places are really well designed, and there are things like the speech that Lord British does in the Abyss, and tiny bits here and there that are just wonderful. 1999. It also looked pretty good for its time, the game. Guess what the game does when the credits finish? That's right, it goes straight to desktop, so we're going to be continuing with this screen here. As I was saying before the game decided to just end, the graphics for the game are really good for the time. My computer struggled to run this game when I first got it. It is, after all, the first and last Ultima game in full 3D. And it is a world that feels very much like Britannia, despite all the things that have changed, despite all the things that are wrong compared to the previous games, it still feels like Britannia, and this game still feels like an Ultima game. Yes, there are plot holes everywhere, and yes, there are things that have changed for no reason, and things that don't make sense, but it still feels like an Ultima game. And the most important question for me that I need to ask after getting to the end is, did I enjoy playing Ultima 9? The fact that I had tears in my eyes when I got to the end of the game answers that question for me. Yes, I did. I did enjoy playing Ultima 9. Despite all its flaws, despite everything that it does wrong, despite the fact that at the end, if you have all the equipment, there's basically no difficulty, despite everything that is wrong, it still did something right for me, and that was that it was entertaining. Sometimes it was entertaining because of the terrible things that it did, but more often than not, it was just fun to play. And that makes the game a success for me. Yes, it could have been so much more. It should have been so much more. It should have been a fantastic, epic adventure that ended the saga brilliantly on a high note, but instead, it's what it is, and it's less a triumphant fanfare than a murmuring sad trombone at times, but I still enjoyed it. And I honestly encourage you, if you like the Ultima series, to give this game a fair chance, because you will find things that you enjoy. The gameplay is actually quite solid. The world is quite interesting to explore, and there are those glimmers of brilliance that I mentioned before. There is the music. There are some conversations, certain characters, certain events that are very well put together. Things that manage to survive the rework of the plot, that show what this game could have been. And it is sad that the mainline Ultima series ended with this one. There were plans for a 10th game, Ultima 10 Odyssey, that never came to be. It would take place in the mind of the Avatar, as the Avatar and the Guardian's personalities fought for dominance in this dream world that people from Britannia find a way to get to so that they can help the Avatar defeat the Guardian's personality once and for all, and ensure that the Avatar retains dominance and that the Guardian can never come back in any way. That didn't get very far in development, though you can find bits of lore about what the game would have been about, and even bits of music that were created for the game, and the music is really good. One of the things this series does well is music. The music in Ultima 9, no complaints about the music whatsoever. I keep mentioning that the music's good, and that's because the music is really good. But as I was saying, this may not be the note that you wanted the Ultima saga to end on, but it is the ending that we have, and for all of its flaws, for all the things it hasn't done right, for all the things that people deride it for, coming back to the game, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun experience, and I encourage you, as I said, to check it out yourself and come up with your own unbiased conclusion. Play through it with an open mind and find the enjoyment, because there is enjoyment to be had. Not as much as there should have been, but there's definitely enjoyment to be had. And so, that is Ultima 9 Ascension. I have done the entire Age of Armageddon in the Ultima saga. Ultima 7, Ultima Underworld 2, Ultima 7 Serpentile, Ultima 8 Pagan, and Ultima 9 Ascension. I've also done Ultima 1, and I tried to do Ultima 2, but unfortunately me and Ultima 2 just do not mesh right now. They really don't. Maybe I'll give that another go at some point, but right now I have no desire to do Ultima 2. Will I do any other Ultima games? Probably. Which ones? I couldn't tell you right now, but I certainly will return to this franchise. After all, this franchise is near and dear to my heart. Maybe I'll give Ultima 4 a go at some point. Either way, we're not going to be returning to the world of Britannia, or Sosaria, depending upon where you are in the series, for quite a while. This was quite a long adventure. And so, what's to come after this tale? I can't say much about the game that I'm going to be playing because I've never played it before. But what I've been told about it is that it is a puzzle game like no other. One that will force me to think outside the box and then go back inside the box to look outside the box, to then look at a completely different box for the solutions. And it's also going to be one that's going to be very interesting to look at because it is very distinct with its aesthetic. Very distinct indeed. Beyond that, I can't really say anything, as I said, because I've never played it before. Fingers crossed I'll be good at it. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm probably gonna be awful at it. And so, I'm Kikoskia, and that was Let's Play Ultima 9 Ascension. A game that I'm glad I returned to and completed. It deserved that much. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later. Oh, and walk with virtue, folks. Walk with virtue.